Android phones, like you love them, you hate them, you can buy them anywhere, pretty much Walmart, your local gas station, Target, the homeless person that might live next to your house. But there's one thing that I know about Android phones as of recent, they're getting pretty freaking expensive. So in this video, I want to tell you about the best budget Android phone you can get for under 250 bucks, and it's a zombie. What? So I might have confused you, zombie, right? How does a zombie have anything to do with a phone? Well, this is the Essential phone, or the Essential PH1, and if anybody knows anything about Essential, you know the company pretty much went under. Well, they went under and then they came back. I kind of like this phone. This phone is like the gift that keeps on giving. It's been a canceled product. You can't buy it on their website anymore, but you can get it refurbished for like 230 bucks on Amazon. And for that price, you won't find anything better than this phone. I can guarantee you. This is better than your mama's cooking. It's better than your grandma's gravy. It's better than your grandpa's toenails that are on the ground that are extra crispy that you threw in a deep fryer and you pick them up and you put them in your mouth thinking that they're Skittles. Better than that. So even though this is a year old, you're still getting a fantastic build. I mean, most $250 smartphones are gonna have like plastic parts. Maybe you might get one that's made of aluminum or even some type of metal. But this one, ceramic back with titanium around the sides. You're not gonna find a $250 phone that is built this good. You do get Gorilla Glass in the front, and technically, this is the first phone to set off that whole teardrop notch, trend. So really, this was ahead of its time. This thing launched at 700 bucks. So for 200 and I think it's like 230 bucks on Amazon, you can't beat this. So I mean, with this phone, you get all of the essentials, hence the name, Essential phone. See what I did there? Gotcha a little bit, little clever. Thumbs up for that. You get a headphone jack, and I'm pointing to the fingerprint scanner, because that's what I do. That's how I roll. You get a fingerprint scanner, you get dual cameras, you get a little accessory port thing here where you can take like magnetic accessory. Now they didn't release a lot. They came out with like the 360 camera module, and then they came out with a headphone module, because you don't get a headphone jack, like I just said, but you can put one there. So you get a headphone jack around the area that I was pointing initially. You get USB-C, and one thing I didn't like, which I think I covered in my initial review, was they put the SIM card slot on the bottom right next to a microphone, and a lot of people actually pop their microphone using the SIM card tool. So just be careful with that if you decide to get one for yourself. I don't even know what was rattling. Like the moment he crossed the line, it just stopped.
Fix your car though.
We're gonna get shot. Oh shit, all I can think about is my death now. So I know I said this thing has 2 cameras, but I'm not gonna lie to you. If you use the stock camera app, it's pretty garbage. It looks really muddy. It's just not a good situation to be in. But if you take the time out and you download the Google Pixel camera APK, which is like 6 dot something, that's the one that I got on the phone, it takes the camera experience to a whole nother level. Let me just give you a quick example and put some quick samples up on the screen and show you what I mean. So another thing I want to talk about is I think this is like the only smartphone on the market that can do 4K with the front-facing camera. Not saying that you would want to, because you're going to see like every crack and crevice and pore on your face, but if you wanted to, you technically could. If there's another smartphone that you guys can think of that can do this, let me know down in the comment section. But yeah, hope you like my forehead. It's kind of wrinkly a little bit. So another really cool thing is if you put the Google Pixel camera APK on the Essential phone, you do get night sight, you get the HDR processing that the Pixel and Google phones are known for, and you also get really good portrait mode for the most part. And I might have told you guys like a little bit of a fib. Like after looking at the photos, Essential really has fixed a lot of their camera issues, and the quality just using the stock camera app isn't that bad at all. So in terms of specs, you're looking at the Snapdragon 835. You got 4 gigs of RAM. I'm not quite sure what the milliamp hour is on the battery. I think it's like 3,000 milliamp hours. Pretty sure it's that. Battery life isn't the best. It does have fast charging, and the fast charger that you get in the box is like none other. It's got chamfered edges. I mean, what other phone manufacturer is giving you a charger with chamfered edges? You get braided cables, you get a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that's also braided. Now, the performance is great. It's running the latest version of Android, which, mind you, this phone was the first phone to actually get Android Pie. I mean, that says something. So I'm running Nova on here. It looks great. It looks just like it does pretty much on the Pixel. I disabled the gestures in the settings, but if you go back into the settings and then go under System and then Gestures, you can enable swipe up from home button. Go ahead and do that real quick just to show you. So you can swipe up for your recent apps and then go back and then swipe up from your dock to get to your apps. I just prefer the home button. I'm just kind of old school. But anyways, you can see it's very fluid, very snappy. Everything works just as it should. If we go back into the settings, I can show you that it is running Android Pie with the latest February update. So we'll go to About Phone and Android version 9. It's on the February patch. So the display is actually really nice. It's a little bit higher than a 1080p display. You're looking at like 1312 by 2560, so almost Quad HD, but not quite. And it looks great. I mean, if you can deal with like a slightly dimmer display and super reflective, you're gonna be just fine. But really, that's my only two gripes when it comes to this display. I mean, it's almost bezel-less. It does have a slight chin right here, but that doesn't really bother me. It might bother you, but it doesn't bother me. But going up to the top, it goes all the way to the edge and then all the way to the edges on the side here. Edges. So let's wrap this thing up. I don't think you're gonna find a better Android phone for less than 250 bucks. Now I know it's refurbished and some of you guys might have a problem with that, but that's okay because it's not meant for everybody. It's my video and I don't have a problem with it, so you shouldn't have a problem either. But either way, I'm gonna link a few refurbished models down below in the description. So if you feel like checking out this phone and you want a budget Android device, whether it's your backup phone or as like your kid's first phone or even a first phone for you, because maybe you were living in the dark ages and it's time for you to get a phone. All that can be found in the description. My only issue with this phone is probably battery life, but they do include fast charging. It doesn't have wireless charging, which kind of does suck, but I'll take no wireless charging for a ceramic back because I've been using this thing for a year now and there's no scratches on it whatsoever. So again, best phone, probably best phone period, under 250 bucks. Just my personal opinion. Hope you guys like this video. Oh, real quick, if you guys can think of another phone that is better than this one for this price, link it down below in the comment section. Help you people out, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.
Mama, how are you? See, it's true. I've been going through. Tell me what to do. Feeling tired. You doing this and doing that. I've been working so hard.